It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
Well, there was a road rage incident in Florida in a parking lot. Happened in Volusia County. And Jasmine Sampson was in the middle of this.
Oh, Jasmine.
Jasmine, tough break. There is the booking photo, and we do rate all the booking photos on a 10 scale on this show. So the Mark Thompson Show booking photo meter. I'm going to tell you, I know, because maybe I'm a lib, and I don't know, but I feel she looks sad, you know.
And a little angry. She's both sad and angry.
It makes me sad to see her sad, but yet she is at the root of this. So I'm going to give her a 7. You thought I was a little bit too generous? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going 5.
She's behind bars, is Jasmine Sampson, charged with burglary and assault and battery. This incident took place in the parking lot, as I say. It was a neighborhood center, and the person who felt victimized by Sampson says that she came up behind her after this woman had just dropped off her child at the rec center, and she tried to avoid Sampson, but she continued to follow her and yell at her. So they were in some kind of road ragey incident. Several people agree with me. Several people agree with you on the booking photo. That's when Sampson got out of her car, opened the passenger door of the other woman's car, the pickup truck, and threw what was lying on the seat at the woman. It was a backpack, which was empty, and a single piece of paper. Both items hit the woman. Police met with Sampson, who said in an interview with them after they Mirandized her, that the other woman had blocked her in the parking lot and she had to drive on the curb to get around her. She thought that the other woman had intentionally blocked her in, she said. Still, she was placed under arrest because the other woman said she wanted to press charges. She's been released from jail, apparently. I have to say, I understand road rage and being angry, but I don't know. When somebody opens the door, to be fair, opens the door of your car, I think it's on. I'm pressing charges. Yeah, I agree.
They've crossed the line. Yeah.
But as to whether or not there was real damage done, it sounds to me like there might not have been. A Florida man breaks into a house, drinks their alcohol, eats their chips, while the family does what? Well, they run, is what they do. A dude with a lengthy criminal history back behind bars now again after breaking into a family's home and barricading himself inside. It was the Lee County Sheriff's Office that gave us word that a family was in the pool at their Lehigh Acres home. I hate it when bad things happen at Lehigh Acres. Investigators say that the dude went up to one of the children and touched their face before retreating into the house. He's really a weirdo. That's when the family climbed a fence and escaped to a neighbor's house. There's actually video of this, I think. Although, better not show it, Albert. I think it has gunshots and stuff. I think it'll just get us demonetized, which usually Florida does anyway. Here he is, Jose Barbosa, arrested at the root of all of this.
He's a weird-looking dude.
Barbosa is not looking like the kind of guy that even a makeover would help. You know, some of these guys look like, shave him, give him a new do. I don't think it's going to help Jose. But we do have to rate it. I'm going to give him a 6. Nancy says a 10. On his, he gets a 10 for crazy. People have you're allowed to evaluate it any way you want. So Vilma says a 6. Well, the cops surrounded the house. He eventually came out of the house, but deputies said that he refused further commands, so they used a less lethal shotgun to hit Barbosa, take him into custody. And apparently, while he was in the house, he helped himself to a couple of alcoholic beverages and a bag of chips. So, you know,
Put
least they
that
saw-
coffee down.
yes.
I mean, have you ever accused people who ate all the chips, and then you don't believe members of your family when they say they didn't do it? At least
my
everybody in the
God.
family knew who ate the chips. This guy.
That's right. There you go. It's this is the Lehigh Acres Police. Put down the bag of chips. We have you surrounded.
He totally does, Biggie 61. He looks like a shady Adam Sandler.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
Meantime, on the other side of crazy, a Florida man wanted for a heist. It's a $600 heist at Publix. He was heisting, anybody? If you guessed meat, give yourself points.
I
Another
would have said beer,
meat
but
heist.
meat, huh? Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the wanted poster. The search is on for a man accused of stealing nearly $600 worth of meat from a Publix in Southwest Florida.
He's a growing boy. Gotta
Apparently.
have the meat.
I don't know what he's doing. He left the store in a 2009 Toyota Camry, which is just the kind of getaway car you want when you've got all that hot meat. Good luck in catching him. This video is pretty crazy in this next story.
Is that a brisket
It's
down
a
your pants?
wannabe. It's a wannabe Tarzan standing on a tree to show off to his friends, 60 feet above a Florida creek. And then what happens to the branch he's standing on? It snaps.
Uh-oh.
And Christopher James Sykes Smalley falls into the creek below. He smacked into another branch on his way down.
This was not well thought out.
This is Crystal Springs in Vernon. And the footage just into the Mark Thompson show can be viewed now. And there he goes, smashes the other, and then in. He wanted to jump 60 feet into the swimming spot, but the branch he was standing on broke. And then the branch he was holding onto above his head also cracked. It was a double cracking of limbs. This is incredible. Sometimes the best laid plans, right?
And it looks like he fell into an area where there's a dark spot, like rocks or wood down there. Yikes.
Nothing good happened, Kim. And, of course, the additional humiliation of the small boat of people you can see there that were ready to applaud him. They had to go from applause to rescue. He reported that he typically jumps from a lower branch, but he decided to try leaping into the water from a higher branch this time, and it didn't really work out.
You can't set that bar too high, Mark. Just wanna,
Yeah, Albert would have told him, "Hey, dude, you actually should just stay on the lower branches." That's what's
He
worked
does
for me
to
all my
have
life.
like a body cam, and I'd love to see. He's you could see it very small there on the chest, like a little chest cam. I'd love to see the footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that has yet to be released. He was only sustaining minor injuries. A wild moment as a Florida man strikes an officer with a stolen car in a high-speed chase that ends, and this is why it's great Florida, it ends in a swamp. Yes. A carjacker arrested in Florida as he knocked over a cop with the stolen vehicle. Led cops on a high-speed chase. It ended in a swamp, as I say. Body cam video is out from the Orange Police Department. Moments after the officers confronted Alijah Amin Mahdi Balk. He was 20 years old. He was parked outside an apartment complex in Daytona Beach in a reported stolen car. There he is.
Ooh,
One of the officers.
Look at him in the swamp.
Yeah, I will offer a thought on his booking photo. Kim, you first, though.
I'm going to give him a 7. Yeah.
I think it looks kind of cute. I'll give him a 7 also. Yeah, well done.
Not the best and brightest fellow. I wonder if there were crocs in that swamp or gators.
Well, he picked a very nice car to steal, though. I'll tell you that. He stole a Mercedes. I mean, a gorgeous Mercedes sedan. Yeah, maybe show everybody that sedan he stole, Albert. So he had, he didn't just jack anything. So Aman attempted to get away from cops, and when the cops opened the door to try to jack him out of the car, he backs the vehicle up, causing the door to knock the officer to the ground, Kim.
Nope, you don't do that to the cops.
Hey, hands up, hey, 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 the officer yells when he's back on his feet, pointing his weapon at Balk, who speeds away. Well, the chase was on then, with a police cruiser attempting to cut him off at the end of a dead-end road. Balk's vehicle, the stolen Mercedes, could be seen hitting and scraping the front end of the cruiser as he fled. The officer warned other cops that the suspect could do the same to their car. This guy's out of control, Kim, is the point.
Yeah.
The suspect eventually loses control of his vehicle, comes to a halt, officers trying to surround his car and yelling at him to surrender. But instead, Balk jumps out of the car, decides to flee on foot, lost a shoe in his flight. He runs into a wooded area. But the carjacker quickly finds himself in front of a swamp. Before he can dash to avoid the wetlands, an officer cuts him off and tackles him into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Two officers then wrestle with Balk. They pull him out of the shallow swamp, and he begs for them to let him go. He could also be heard complaining about the twigs that he was being pressed down on as officers detained him. Please, guys, the twigs, come on. Don't hit the face. Don't hit the face. He was charged with aggravated battery, aggravated assault, law enforcement officer, etc., and he is in custody. And finally, a Florida woman is suing SeaWorld.
Good.
She's suing for all the wrong reasons, maybe, or right reasons. See, why is there still a SeaWorld? Why do we make these animals perform for us? But anyway, a Florida woman is suing SeaWorld, accusing the Orlando theme park of failing to prevent an attack on her last year. She says she was attacked by a dolphin. She says she suffered serious injuries in the attack, claiming that SeaWorld employees failed to intervene or prevent it. The lawsuit doesn't clarify the exact nature of the attack or her injuries. It sounds to me like she's just trying to get a check.
What is she doing so close to a dolphin?
It was during the Dolphin show. It was another guest. I think there was not enough security measures in there for her, I guess. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they do let you spend a moment with the dolphin and pet the dolphin or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's all awful, but she's just trying to get. She wants $50,000 in damages. With that, we must pick a favorite. There are a couple of morsels here that are particularly good, and I'll remind you what you just heard. A Florida woman arrested after throwing a single piece of paper along with an empty backpack at that woman during the road rage incident in the parking lot. A Florida man breaks into a home, drinks some alcohol, eats their chips as the frightened family escapes over the fence to a neighbor's house. The Florida man wanted for the meat heist, $600 in meat from the Publix store there. The Tarzan wannabe, standing on a tree, plunges 60 feet into the Florida Creek when the branch snaps and the branch he's holding on to snaps. Like it was a double snap. The wild moment that a Florida man strikes a peace officer with the stolen car, that Mercedes. It was a high-speed chase, and it ended in a swamp. Hey, dude, watch the twigs on the arrest. And finally, the Florida woman who is nuisance suing SeaWorld after the alleged attack during a dolphin show. And to be fair, I don't mean to soft pedal that. That is very Florida. It's a nuisance suit. It's SeaWorld. It's a dolphin. I understand why Albert put it in there. So we need to pick a favorite. We don't want to. We have to. It's in the bylaws of the show. I ask you, Kim.
I'm with either Colors of the Wind or Francine. It's either Branch Dude or Swamp Man. And though I like Branch Dude video, I have to say, ending up in a swamp is a uniquely Florida situation.
Yeah.
I'm going with Swamp Man.
Swamp Man. There's the choice.
I mean, he's shoeless. He's got twigs sticking in him.
Yeah.
He's rolling around in a swamp with the possible gator bait. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is the, this is funny. Lee Kopp says, have to go for the meat heist. We are a 2 Camry family. Loyalty, man. Chip Burglar's getting some love. What's ahead in the chat? in the
The swamp
online
arrest
poll.
has over half of the votes so far. So
The
everyone's leaning
swamp
towards
arrest, is
him.
that what you said?
Yep, swamp arrest.
Okay.
I like the meat heist. The meat heist is great. I like how he's at large. He's at large. They're seeking out the media's help to find the man stealing the meat. So
If you see
is
this man,
clearly
take no action yourself. He may be carrying $600 worth of stolen meat that he can use as a weapon. He will slowly poison you with cholesterol.
They should just look at every local barbecue. Like, just talk to the people who's having the who's inviting people over. You know, that's where they could find the meats.
I'm going for the high-speed chase ends in a swamp. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Please indicate your favorite in comments. We do read all of them, and that is Friday Fabulous Florida. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.